I think the girls fight worse than the men. The damage they did to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. It's no joke. Then you got the titties all hanging out, like it's like, oh my God, what's going on, man?
Leroy Ebron, the viral Rikers Island prison guard, is back on the show for his grand finale and to promote his new channel that's going to be on his YouTube page. He comes back on the show today to share some great stories from his days working the Bing at Rikers Island in the 80s. I asked him also if some of these stories are true and what some of the audience has given feedback, whether the stories are true or not, and pushing back on that.
Right.
And he's just here to, share some more entertaining stories from his time working the Bing. So without further ado, guys, Leroy Ebron in the house. Leroy Ebron, Mr. Butt-Ass himself, is back.
Pudussy. Butt-ass and Pudussy.
Paducey.
Yeah.
It's been over a year now since he went viral for, what was that, last April, I think?
Yeah.
Last March or April.
March.
Yeah. 2024. Last time you were here was December. We put out that last episode.
Yeah.
Part 5. This is part 6.
Yes.
Our big finale episode
Okay.
for everyone. We wanted you to come back on. One, it's been so long.
Yes.
But two, we want to tell our audience that you have your own channel. I get comments all the time, people saying, when are you bringing Ebron back? When are you bringing him back? He started his own channel, and you're going to be posting content there. Tell people the name of it, and we'll also have the link in the description of the episode, too.
Okay, the name is called Leroy Ebron's House. Leroy Ebron's House.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
You're going to be telling stories?
I'm going to be telling stories and stuff and different skits you're going to see.
Yeah, and you already launched a few months ago. I know you took a little time off,
yes.
But it was doing pretty well.
Yeah, it was pretty well. It was doing pretty well.
So you're going to have regular content coming in there?
Yeah, I'm going to have regular content, and Ian, I don't think he's getting rid of me, but he's not.
It's not about getting rid of it.
No, I know. I'm just playing with you.
My format is, interviewing people. I've never had a guest come on this many times.
Yes.
Like you.
Yes.
And people want to hear
different things.
It's more of like my format is you go through the person's life story.
Yeah.
You hear about their life and how they turned it around. And we kind of already did that with you the first episode, but everyone loved you so much.
Yes.
We brought you back all these times.
Yeah.
But now, you're going on to do
some stuff. Yeah,
your own stuff and build your channel.
Yeah, he's trying to teach me, y'all. He's teaching me.
Yeah, but people love you. We get comments all the time. But then there's also people that think that your stories are fake.
Right, and
there are a lot of comments that say that.
Leroy, but look, them are the ones that ain't been in jail. So,
but Leroy, some stories, man. Like when you think about it, the walking the mice. You did.
They had. Listen, everybody that been in jail, like in the 80s, y'all know what I'm talking about, like Born Son and. You know what I'm saying? I can name like Fee, Shaquille, you know what I'm saying? I'm naming certain people like Killer, you know what I'm saying? I got Sean Dew, you know what I'm saying? Ron Dew, you know what I'm saying? Joe Allen. I'm naming people that was there, and they on Facebook now, and these are some well-known, and they was there, and I'm telling you, they sneaker screen wrapped around a mice's neck. That's their pet.
But Leroy, you don't think any of these stories are exaggerated at all?
I was there.
But just anything like that. That's what people think. I'm just going.
See,
think,
like they said, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But if you know people that have been in jail around the 80s and stuff, them are like regular stories, like that.
So do you think maybe that's the issue, that the people saying this doesn't happen think it's current day? You're talking about the 80s.
Right, yeah.
I mean, so I've had inmates on that have been at Rikers when you were there, and they about half say your stories are true, and about the other half say it never happened, but they didn't encounter you personally.
Right, they wasn't there,
And then most of the guards are kind of 50-50 too.
Yeah. You see, you got to be there. See, we was there when jail was real. You know what I'm saying? Now they in there where their hands are tied, they got nothing to do. And you got to remember, when you in the Bing, locked in 23 hours a day, you got nothing else to do. You don't have a friend. So if you see that mice run across your cell, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, I'm going to catch that. And, they catch him. Got a little sneaker screen wrapped around his neck and stuff. And they actually will have him on the radiator because they know when he's coming out the hole. because cells are connected through the radiator, and he'd come out the hole, and he'd give the mice something so he could run through the hole and give it to the next dude. So that was their pet.
So you're saying as soon as they see the mice or the mouse,
Yeah.
they lasso it, or what do they do?
Lasso it. Yeah, they grabbed that sucker.
And
They
then
crazy.
they put it on a shoelace.
They put.
All right, so let's talk about the shoelace.
Go ahead.
When I was in solitary in federal prison, we had no shoelaces.
See, it's different in the 80s. See, but in the 80s, they had everything. They had their clothes. You know what I'm saying? They had everything but commissary. Everything but food.
So they had actual shoestrings to
They had
lasso.
shoestrings when I first started, yes.
They weren't worried
shoestrings.
about inmates hanging it up or anything with that?
Well, at the time, back in the 80s, it was just crazy all over. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't pay that no mind till later, to late 90s.
Okay.
You know, late 90s, that's when it became an issue, you know, with the sneaker screen, and then they giving them Patakis and all that. But back in the 80s, they had everything. Their clothes and their cells and everything.
So what are you thinking when you're walking by a cell and you see an inmate just walking the mouse?
Yo, it's out of his mind, kid. Out of his mind. You understand? For real. And then they know I don't like mice, so they be like, Ebron, look, I mean, yo, stop playing, man. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? And you know where they live at? Back then, they had these sneakers. So he'll let them live in their sneaker. They put food in their sneaker, and that's the mouse home, like cat or something. That was their pet.
I guess you had to be there to live through this,
Yeah,
right?
I'm telling you, you had to be there, man.
I
You
still
know?
think my favorite story of yours is the butt ass
Oh,
story.
the butt
'cause
ass,
You just
forget
saw
it,
you just
man.
saw that emotion, you know.
Yo,
And for anyone that doesn't know what we were talking about, the very first episode that Leroy came on, you gotta check out that episode. This was last year, and he told such an emotional story about what happens in a girl's prison, what that smells like.
that I tell you,
It hits you like boop.
Yo, Eon, just imagine. You don't want that blood pad in your face. They said, what they said, why he twerking like that? He do it again, I'm going to slap this bloody pad all over his face. I was like, yo, Eon, I just started. I'm a brand new officer, sky blue shirt. I back behind the captain. You know that record? You better hold in to fold up. Know when to hold up. Know when to back up. Know when to run. I ran right behind the captain. For real. Yo, they was for real. They can't, when them females fight, it's a real cat fight.
You got a good female fight story?
Oh man, listen.
Give us your best one.
The best one. That was the day I was there. And we was walking through the corridor, and females was fighting. Captains was right there. And all of a sudden, I heard a commotion. And man, I don't like to say this, but she was a big McGill, gorilla-looking one. Woke up. And it was a light-skinned girl. And they went at it, and the light-skinned girl, she had like long hair. And the dark-skinned girl had that Brillo pad hair. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, when they was fighting, when they pulled their hair, you could hear it like, shh. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to pull its scalp out. And like, get off my headband, get off my headband, get off my headband. Yo, Eon. And it didn't stop there. They were scratching. Blood was all over their face and stuff like that. And the captains just stood there and said, stop fighting. Stop fighting. I'm like, yo, you're not going to break this up. Yo, Eon, I'm telling you, I think the girls fight worse than the men, the damage they did to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. It's no joke. Then you got the titties all hanging out, like it's like, I'm like, God damn. Yo, what's going on, man? I mean, yo, come on, man. Nah, man. Put me with the men any day. Females, I don't want the job. I don't want it. I don't want it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the smell, man. Come on, y'all.
It hits you like boop.
Come on, y'all, man.
We don't want you crying again, Leroy.
Nah. Belmont Avenue. If you were Belmont Avenue in Brooklyn back in the 80s and 90s, they got a fish market. Or they say Fordham Road in the Bronx. Yo, Fish market. Oh my God. Eon. Terrible. Pussy. You know what pussy is? Ass and pussy. That's why I say pussy. Everybody want to know what that is. It's ass and pussy. You know what I'm saying? But the worst thing that I seen, and that ain't the worst, I'm talking about out in my being, guys in there was losing their mind. That's why we don't want females work the Bing, because they have no respect for the females. Now, certain females officers that I know, they know not to mess with it. They won't mess with them. But they know who to mess with. The inmates know who to mess with. That's number one. So when you get somebody that they don't care about, we don't want them to work down there. We tell the captain, me and my partner, Richburg, Martin, Wilson, Nelson, you know what I'm saying? We be like, yo, slowly, we be like, nah, none of them, Catino and all us. We like, nah, we don't want none of them, man, Why? This is why. Female walk down the tier. Everybody on the gate. Everybody on the gate. We got one. This girl got an ass like, Badooda, Patow. And you don't want her down here because it's shake and bake all together. You don't want it. I'm telling you. You don't want it. And we tell her, listen, you don't have to walk down the tier. We got you. No. I want to do it. We were like, oh, God, we're going to have a problem now. She goes down the tier. Now, once you go down that tier, you already know, Eon, once the officers go down the tier, they got to take a count. And they already announced, yo, we got one. She goes to take a count. And she going, 01, 02, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the time she get to 6, she forgot her count. She all messed up. You know why? They all got their penis out like this. See, they got their dick out like that, their penis out like this. And she like, what's wrong with these guys? Everybody's on their bed with their dick out. Their penis. And she's just, I'll come back. I'm like, what happened? They acting stupid. I got to take another count. She come back. She make it to 14 cell. And then she said, oh, man, I messed up. I got to take another count. Because all the guys got their Johnson out. They got their Johnson out. And she said, what's wrong with you guys? We told you we didn't want you here. So one of the dudes was like, I just want to taste it. I just want to smell it. But she said, all right, I'll be back for you. I'll be back for you. So we said, we told you don't go down there. So she finally gets the count right. And she said, what's wrong with these guys? I'm like, listen, they in the Bing. We told you don't go down. These guys is, off the hook. You give them more Bing days, they don't care. They see you, they're going to beat you. What you mean they're going to beat you? Do we have to explain it to you? We got a song for it. How we beat off. How we beat off. And she was like, that's disgusting. This is why we told you don't go down the tier. So she said, but this nigga 6 cell, I got to go down there. I got to say something to him. He really disrespect me. So I said, what did he do? She said, he bust. What? He bust. He bust a nut. He busted. Oh. I was like, oh, my God. She said, no, I got something for him. I got something for his ass. And I'm like, oh, God, we told her don't go down there. She goes down there to his gate. And she said, crack his cell. He's like, oh, man, she's going to start crack his cell. I said, well, you want to crack his cell? So I told my partner, go down with him, man. Partner walk with him. He come out. He like, yo, Ebron, what's up, man? She going to violate me? She said, no, she just want to talk to you. She want to talk to me? She want to talk to you in the day room. Why I got to go in the day room? She just want to talk to you. Don't worry, we going to be there. We going to make sure you good, I email, I'm telling you. She violates, she going to get it. I said, okay. She come out the cell. Excuse me. He comes out the cell. He walks down. She in the day room waiting for him. So you know the benches in the day room. They a bench, 4 across, right? So she's sitting down in the bench, and we like, what's this chick up to? So we standing by the door. We let them talk. So he comes in there. He want to make sure he ain't no setup. So he looking around. So I said, no, you good. She said, you want to talk to me? Hey, don't worry about it. So he goes to sit next to her. She said, don't sit next to me. Sit across from me. Like you eating chow. You know how y'all sit across from each other? So he goes and sit on the other bench, but he ain't got his legs inside the bench. He's sitting on the side. She said, no, put your legs inside the bench like I got it. She's like, all right. So he got his leg in the bench, and she talking to him. Now, why you had to violate me like that? What did I ever do to you for you to be nasty and bust like that? Would you do that to your sister? He just looking at her like, man, I ain't got time for this shit, man. Yo, Ebron, what she talking about? She don't know where she at? So she said, yeah, I know where I'm at, but do you know where you at? He said, yeah, I know I'm in the Bing. You can't do nothing to me. And she looked like she was scratching the back of him, like that. She was talking to him, and I ain't paying her no mind. I'm just looking at him because he's looking at me like, So he said, you finished? She said, not yet. She started to get up. She said, now I'm finished with you. And she put her hand in his face. And he was like, yo, what the fuck? She had shit on her hand. He was like, shut him. Yo, she ran out the fucking table. She ran out the table. I was like, what the fuck she do to you? Yo, Ebron, she violated me. She put shit on my nose. Oh. She said, that's right, that's what you get, bitch. All right. And we were looking at her like, and she go to the gate and slam the door and walk out the house. She didn't even wash her hands. She's got shit on her hands. She didn't even wash her hands, yo. And this guy, he losing his mind. He said, y'all put it, I'm a killer. If I see her in the hole, I'm gonna kill her. I'm telling you. Yo, Ebron, y'all set me up. We didn't set you up. We didn't know she was gonna do that. He said, I'm gonna kill her. I said, oh God, give him some toilet paper. Let him go in there and wash his face. He said, I'm gonna kill him, but I'm telling you, he is spazzing, Eon. I'm gonna kill her. I said, come on, man. Yo, Eon. I'm saying, yo, Eon. He said, yo, Ebron. I said, yo, we didn't know what she was gonna do, son. He said, I'm telling y'all now, y'all can beat me down, whatever. I'm violating her on sight. Here or in New York, I'm violating her. So now all the inmates, they laughing. They on the gate banging, revoluting. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, he got shit on his face. Shit face. Shit face. Now his name is Shit Face, right? All of a sudden, he said, I'm a killer. The phone ring about half an hour later. Guess what? They said, pack up 6 cell. She transferred him out the building. So he can't see her, they can't cross paths in the jail. And I was like, Ebron, where I'm going? I said, I don't know. They just said for you to pack up. I didn't even know where he was going. Next thing I know, she knows somebody that knows somebody. They shipped him out the building.
Got him right out of there.
Got him out the building, kid. Got him out the building. And every time she saw us, she said, y'all better not tell nobody what I did. Well, I'm retired now. You did it. I ain't saying your name, but you did it. You nasty man. Word up, E. But I'm going to tell you about this inmate, man. I can't get him out my mind. You've been up north. I got to ask you, just like I asked the inmates, I ain't never seen men that big, man. From up north to officers. Like they said they had big officers in Clinton and, stuff like that. They call them mountain men. They came to visit Rikers Island one day, and they had to bend their head to come in the door. Talk to me, please. You seen him like that? You was in the feds.
Yeah, we didn't have Mallard, but I don't know what you're talking about, Leroy. You're saying I was up north. I was in New
Well,
York
you was
prisons.
in the feds.
Yeah.
So y'all ain't had nobody big like that?
Not that couldn't fit through a door, Leroy.
Huh? They had to bend their head.
No, I'd never seen that.
Oh, well, guys up north like I could say Shaquille, you know, my man, Tank.
So what do you say? They're 7 feet tall, Leroy?
7 feet tall, wide like that.
And they're COs.
And they COs.
Okay.
But they said them COs up north was incest.
Incest?
That's,
Leroy, come on, man.
To me.
Leroy.
Wait, listen to me. I'm telling you what they look. And then I ain't gonna say I agree with them, but they look like mountain men, son. If they come to my house right now, they gotta bend their head to walk through the door.
So you're saying they're giants?
Giants.
You're saying they had giant COs?
Giant COs up north.
So
well, what?
Say this is true. What happens? What do the COs do? The giants.
No, see, this is my problem. The guys that act up in the city, but when they get up north with them giants,
Leroy.
You watch. You're gonna have some up here. So whoever come up on Ian Bick show that been up north, and y'all know how them big guys are.
All right,
let him know.
Find me a giant. I want to talk to a giant. I want to interview a giant.
You want to interview a giant?
I want to interview.
Okay.
I got to see this with my own eyes.
Please, somebody help me.
Are they hairy too?
Are
they hairy? They carry around clubs?
They
got some clubs.
Come on. I need help, y'all. Ian want a giant. I know y'all out there. Let's help him get a giant up here. Ian, I'm telling you, when they came to the housing area, they had to bend their head to come through the door. And when they bent their head, I was like this. I was like, damn. And I asked him, though. I said, is all of y'all that big? You know what he said to me? Big like what? Big like what? I'm like, never mind. They walk down the tier with their head tilt. Because if they stand all the way up, they're going to hit their head on the ceiling.
Leroy, come on,
You think
man.
I'm playing?
I think you're playing, bro.
No.
What are you talking about?
I need help, y'all. I need help because these niggas like 6 feet,
Leroy.
8, 6 feet 9. Come on, man.
Do you know how tall the person has to be to not fit in the hallway in jails or have higher ceilings?
No. The Bing had dropped. My Bing got a drop ceiling.
Okay.
And C-74, it ain't, with the high ceiling. It's
But
a drop.
wouldn't the inmates escape if it's a drop ceiling?
No, it's a steel drop ceiling. It's steel. See, I could go I could go on my tippy toe and I could touch the ceiling.
So
in the
these
Bing.
giants are bending over, walking through.
This.
What happens?
Nothing. They just like, damn, and they laughing at me because I'm following them.
You're just amused by the giants.
Like they belong in a circus or something. I'm just telling you. See, I'm telling the story, but the brothers that been up north,
they know about the giants.
They know about that. You know what I'm saying? I just know when they came to visit Rikers Island, and when they came to Bing, maybe because we had a drop ceiling, that was it. But even at our jail, when I first started, we had an officer like that. He wasn't big and wide, but he was tall like a basketball player. And he had to do like that just to go in the door. You know what I'm saying? You ain't giving him no problem. But I'm saying this to tell you, this inmate was so big. ERU, the emergency unit, had to escort him to me. And they was calling Ebron. They coming. I'm like, who coming? ERU, they bringing this dude down. You got to see this dude. I'm like, okay, man, why you keep calling me? Just bring him. I hear the door. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I'm like, Dad, why they banging like that? I go to the door. Now, everybody know in C-74, whatever, we got windows at the door. Before, you could look in. Eon. I went to the door. Guess what I saw? Nothing. I couldn't see the window at all. Couldn't see who was in the window. I said, open the door. When they opened the door, ERU, I see why ERU brung this nigga. He was about 400, 500 pounds, big like that, and they couldn't find handcuffs to fit him. They put flex cuffs on him. Not one, but two. Two flex cuffs. If y'all don't know what flex cuffs is, them long plastic,
Like the zip ties.
like the zip ties, but they thick. And I was like, God damn, look at that big motherfucker. I said, now I see why you got escorted. And they was walking with him, and he come in, and when I tell you this nigga, he bigger than the Green Mile, man. Green Mile ain't got nothing on this dude. He'll take the Green Mile and just, like a piece of paper. And I'm like, God damn, big, gruesome black. I'm like, God damn. I said, they said, where you want him, Ebron? I said, take him to 8 cell. He walking, boom, boom, boom. And I'm looking at him. I ain't never seen an inmate big like that in my life. And he got flex cups on, and the flex cups ain't all the way. They like that, right? So they walking, then they take him to the cell. He can't walk in the cell straight. He got to walk sideways because I tell you, he's big. So he's sliding in the cell like that. And it's tight for him. I'm like, oh, God damn, that's a big nigga. And ERU is getting ready to leave. They pat me on my back. Good luck, Ebron. I'm like, God damn, this is bigger. I'm like, God, what am I going to do with this bigger? Right? So they lock him in. So at that time, in the 80s, the Bing used to go to chow. But we be the first one to go to chow. Later on in years, they stopped us. We couldn't eat with the regular population. And even then, we wasn't eating with the regular population. We was the first one to go to the mess hall. They make sure they got the Bing out first. The jail is locked down. And then after we, come back, then they start their regular feeding. So now it's feeding time. We go to the mess hall, right? This big dude come out. I'm like, oh, God, if he flip out, I'm telling you, there ain't nothing I can do with this big dude, right? So he walk in. I'm like, how you doing? I'm talking to him, and he's very polite. He's very polite. And I said, yo, you're not from here, right? You're not. And I know he ain't from New York. I'm like, you're not from here, ain't you? He said, no, I live in the woods. You live in the woods? Yeah, I carry tree trunks. You carry tree trunks? I ain't gonna deny it, nigga. You carry tree trunks? His hand is like this. Sasquatch. You carry everything he say, I'm gonna believe, nigga. And sure enough, he said he lived in the woods. He was raised out there. He came up here to visit, and he got in trouble with some guys that were snatching pocketbooks. And now that's in the 80s. And everybody can run, but he can't run. He was with them, and they got him. So that's why he got locked up for. So now we going to the mess hall, and they go to the window. You know the trays they got in jail. They give him a tray, The tray looked like a little in his hand. It looked like a little, and when he looked at me, he looked like he wanted to cry. Because he's like 500 pounds, you going to give him one of them trays you eat out? And I looked at him, I felt sorry. I said, God, that ain't going to fill him up. I said, yo, go, you want another tray? He was like, I said, all right, man, go to the other tray, because that's not right. You ain't going to, so then the captain going to say, sit back down, you big McGillis gorilla. And everybody's looking, and I'm like, yo, Cap, I told him he could have another tray. He should have thought about that before he came out of jail. Before he came to jail, he should have. I said, Cap, come on, man. You don't have a heart, man. Look, he's 500 pounds. Look at that little beige tray we got. Ain't no food on that tray for him. What did I say? He can't have it. Now, I know you're supposed to respect the brass, but this brass, he's being an ass. He's just, for real, Ian. I mean, come on. He's just being an ass. So I told him, man, yo, you got the tray, keep it. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you he can't have it? I said, go ahead and eat, man. I'll deal with this. So he eating. He said, can I have another juice to eat? Can I have a juice? Go ahead, take a juice. Eon, I got to live with this guy. This captain is fly by night. He ain't nobody in my book. Go ahead, take that juice. Them little green cup Kool-Aid things. He grabbed that thing. You can't even see the cup no more. Go ahead, get the Kool-Aid. Now the captain stepped. What did I tell you? Didn't I give you a direct order? And now he's making me look bad in front of my inmates because he's screaming at me like I'm a little kid. So I said, watch how you talk to me, man. Watch how you talk to me. So he came to me and we was nose to nose. And I was like, what? 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 What you want to do? And I lost it. When I get mad, I lose it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I blank out. I was like, what you want to do? What you want to do? And all I could hear the inmates just at the table, Ebron, say the word. Say the word, Ebron. Just say the word. And officers that was by the mess hall gate, I see them backing out. They backing out the mess hall, right? Say the word, Ebron. Just say the word. And then all of a sudden, Officer Barr, God bless you, Barr. Barr's a well-known officer that was in C-74. You know, he came behind me and he said, Ebron, he's not worth it. He's not worth it, Ebron. Later for him, he ain't even worth it. I mean, I was so mad, tears was coming out my eyes because I wanted to tear this captain up. That's how heated I was. And Barr said, he ain't worth it, Ebron. He ain't worth it. So he had me by my shoulder and he backed me up. And I was like, so other inmates were like, Ebron, say the word. Say the word. And when the captain heard all of them saying it, they stood up. Say the word, Ebron. Captain hit the lawn. Bling! Now everybody coming. They slammed the doors. Boom, boom, boom. Now we locked up in there. Yo, the Bing is going crazy now. They ready to get this captain. And I'm like, hold up, y'all, hold up. They just want to beat y'all down and everything. Come on, let's get out of here. So now the officers, the squad is coming. Everybody at the door. And they run, they got the sticks and everything. I'm like, yo, there's no need for that, man. That's him. He started this shit. So I told the other captain, I said, Cap, open the door. I'm walking them out. Well, Ebron, we're going to stay here and we're going to walk with y'all. You can walk with us. We walking out, all the Bings is red. I'm telling you, when the Bing said it, it said it. They got nothing to lose. My Bing, everybody got 200 and better. 200 and better. They're going to be with me for about a year or two. In the Bing, they got nothing to lose. We walking through the hall, and all of a sudden, they want to pick on the big dude. They want him to walk to the scanner. I tell an officer, tell the captain, he can't walk through the scanner. He can't fit through the scanner. Why are you trying to be funny? I want him to go through the scanner. I said, Cap, he can't go through the scanner, man. He can't fit. The dude said, Ebron, he want me to go to the scanner? He want me to go to the scanner? I'm going to go through the scanner. Yeah. He tried to walk sideways through the scanner and got stuck. Because that's how big he is. He got stuck and said, oh, picked the whole matometer machine out the wall. Oh, he walking with the matometer stuck to his body. Yeah, you want me to walk to the scanner? Scanner get unplugged out the wall, and he just go, oh, and throw the scanner. You know them scanners weigh, but they ain't weigh nothing to him. Now the captain said, get him. I told the officers, yo, y'all know I know y'all. Y'all don't want this drama, bro. Y'all don't, because, Ian, they going in the hospital. I'm telling you, this guy, y'all don't want this drama. Leave it alone. Let me take him back downstairs. I said, come on. So he walking, boom, 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 boom. I get him downstairs. I get him in the area. And then I told him automatically, yo, call the warden for me. Because I know the only one that's going to stop this from going down is the warden. And they called the warden. And I told the warden, he said, Ebron, what's up? And I told him, yo, this captain, he the one that started all this shit. I said, I got it. And I told him about it. He said, over a tray and juice? I'm like, yes. All of this over a tray and juice? You know how much food we throw away? You know how much food?
A lot, yeah. They waste a lot of food.
How much food we throw away? How much juice? And you're going to start a little riot over that? He said, Ebron, I heard him on the radio. Everybody stand down. Squad, stand down. Everybody stood down. I told the inmate, come on. Captain was looking at me like, I was like, yeah, what? What, nigga? What? What? He was like he looking at me like he gonna get me. All right. Guess what? People that live in Brooklyn, they know Sunnydale. Sunnydale is a supermarket that sells juice, eggs, and stuff. It's in Brooklyn, right? I'm walking my Rockwellers. Who do I see? That captain, he don't see me. I sneak behind him, and everybody know I love dogs. I had my Rockwellers, and I went behind him. I said, yo, say something now. And he turned around, he dropped his eggs, his juice, his milk. He's like, Ebron, stop playing. I ain't playing it. We outside now. My Rockwellers like, Ebron, them are killer dogs. Them no omen dogs, Ebron. And y'all know what they is. Stop playing, Ebron. No, say something now. Say something now. Ebron, I'll tell you what. Ebron, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ebron. He said, I'm sorry. Don't play with these dogs. These dogs are killer dogs, Ebron. You'll never have a problem for me again. I said, yeah, all right, cool. And I back up, and I'm thinking I'm in trouble now. I'm thinking I'm in trouble. Next day I go to work. I see the same captain, he act like he don't even see me. Went right by me, walked right by me. I walked right by him. I turned around. He turned around, looked at me. He was like, I just start laughing. You never know who you're going to see in New York, man. So don't be picking on people. You know what I'm saying? Just like in jail, I got another one. You ready? We got this Rastafarian dude in jail. I hate bullies, I don't like bullies, man. I never did. Everybody will tell you, in my being, no cuttings, no stabbings. I don't play that. If you hear cutting or stabbing or whatever, it's not on my tour. I got boxing gloves in my locker. You want to get it on, Eon? That's how I do it. For real, that's how I do it. And I got permission to do it before I did it. I was doing it first, but then I wanted to verify and talk to my dad. He was like, Ebron, go ahead, man. He said, that stopped the cutting from going on like that. I said, yeah. He said, all right, go ahead. So I said, all right, it's going to be fight night at the Apollo tonight. Now we in the Bing. I'm having fight day in the Bing with the boxing gloves. But all of a sudden, everybody got beef with everybody. Now I got 10 people want to fight. So I told the Deb, I said, Deb, man, I mean, it's a good thing, nobody getting cut, but the numbers is staying high. So the Deb tell me, he said, Ebron, this is what you do. He said, tell them they got to fight till somebody get knocked out. I said, what? Tell them they got to fight till somebody get knocked out. So, all right, cool. I got a new rule, y'all. Well, yo, what's up? You know how they say, knockout for the lockout? Well, if you want to fight now, you're going to fight till one of y'all drop. One of y'all got to give up and get knocked out. From 10 fights on, went down to like 3. 3 people. Nah, Ebron, I ain't getting knocked out. Laying for all that. Yo, 3, from 10 to 3. And he said also, and we were selling cigarettes back then, the Bing couldn't get it, but the inmates, they're going to smuggle cigarettes anyway. He said, besides that, if they smokers, the fight ain't going to last no more than 5 minutes. And he wasn't lying. After about 3 minutes, they time out, Ebron. Ain't no timeout. Ain't no knockout for the lockout, nigga. You either get knocked out or you lay on the floor. And some people had to lay on the floor. They had to lay on the floor, And that's how I stopped a lot of stuff from going on in the Bing.
So the prison just allowed you to bring in boxing gloves and have these inmates fight each other.
I brought in the boxing gloves.
But they allowed it?
Huh? Listen,
the warden, the captains.
Yeah. See, it was rough in the 80s, bro. You don't understand. If you want to have a good day, I'd rather them box each other than cut each other.
I mean, the boxing thing I kind of believe because you see in movies, like the guards will do the rings.
Right.
So that comes from somewhere. Like they'll do the fight rings and stuff.
Well, that's what we was doing. And I'd rather them box each other. I want you to go home to your mother and father with a busted lip or, big eye, but I don't want you to go cut with a $150 in your face.
But in the Bing, aren't they locked down all day? So you guys are popping them out of their cells to fight?
Huh? Yeah, because listen, they come out and they go to the yard. They're gonna cut each other in the yard. They're gonna cut each other in the yard.
They didn't have it like segregated?
No, listen, let me tell you, when it's being out there in that yard, they have their weapons already in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? They got hiding places out there in the yard that, they have officers go out there and search, but every officer can't search thoroughly.
No, I mean like segregated by they're not letting certain people associate with other people.
Well, yeah, sometimes they do that,
Like when
it's known.
In the shoe in federal prison, like you go to your own cage. You're not even with
Oh, no,
other
ain't no
people.
old cage here, brother. Ain't no old cage here on Rikers Island when in the 80s. They all go to that yard.
But all the people that are in the Bing go
All
to
the people in the Bing, yeah, they go to that yard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And in that yard, it could be chaos, bro. It could be chaos. I saved the captain life. I told you before, Captain saying, he said, thank you, man, because once again, Fuquan, he got his own YouTube channel. Shout out to Fuquan. Yo, he was ready to finish the captain, man. He was ready to finish him. And me, liking the Chinese captain, because he was good to me, I dove over the captain and said, yo, Fuquan, this is a good one. Please, not him. And Fuquan was like, he wanted to get him. But he said, you lucky Ebron saved you. You lucky Ebron. And he went off and did it to somebody else. You understand? He went off and did it to somebody else. Back then, there was no holds barred. Anybody could get it. Anybody could get it, But I took a liking because, like, sometimes the Bing will get empty because the men got to come do fix cells and stuff, so they close it down for a sec, and now they give you a regular housing area. So sometimes I have a regular housing area for a little while. Say I have a regular housing area for a good 3 weeks. So that's like a break for me, 3 weeks. But even in those 3 weeks, you get people come in. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks. Let me show you something. One day, we got this bully. They bullying everybody. And I'm like, why is they beating up on this dude? You know why they beating up on him? They beating him. Look. He's Dreadman. Blood clot. Rastaman. What's God? Where you be, boy? Where you be, boy? They picking on him. Oh, brethren can't fight. And I'm tired of them beating on him. So I go to him, I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why you don't fight back? He said, blood clot behind him. See him in New York, blood. You ain't no blood in here, nigga. Ain't no, he said, blood fire. I'm fear. Fire by. I said, don't worry. I took him in the cell. I said, yo, you can't fight. Blood don't want to fight. Blood don't want to fight. Blood want to pop. Ain't no pop. You ain't got no hand skills. No. Machete. No, listen to me. You can't fight? Can you kick? Can I kick? Can you kick? Blood sucker boy. I'll kick him. Kick him. Don't let them do that to you. Kick him. Kick him. The next dude that was messing with him, no bullcrap. He looked at me in the day room, and he was messing with him. I went like this. Get him. That's the one right there. He went to mess with him, and this boy, he kicked this dude like he was kicking a soccer ball. Bye-bye. And he kicked him, and the dude fell on the floor, He started like, "Duck, duck, 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 duck." He had like he was kicking a soccer ball. Every time the dude tried to stand up, he'd kick the dude's hand. So the kid, he can't get on his feet. I had to stop him because he was tearing this boy up just with his feet. Just with his feet, yo. And when I stopped the fight, and on his way out, he looked at me, he was like, blood, blood, blood. They was like, yo, Ebron, what you tell him? I ain't tell him nothing. I ain't tell him nothing. Now they say, that's not fair, Ebron. That's not fair. I said, yes, it is fair. My partner came out the bubble and said, here, you got your first win. And put the shades on his face. Blood man. Yeah, boy. What up, boy? Blood man, Ian. I thought the Jones here. Yo, he was so happy. So happy. I said, yo, come on in the kitchen. I got something for you. He came in the kitchen. I said, here go an apple. Here go a banana. Go in your cell and enjoy yourself. And he was like, thank you, Ebron. Don't you know, when I retired, I seen the same inmate on Flatbush Avenue. Same inmate. He said, Ebron! Ebron! And I was like, yo, who calling me like that? Ebron! And I turned around, and when I saw him, I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Me and him hugged each other so tight, man. And he got a store on Flatbush Avenue. Of course, it's a weed spot, but you know what I'm saying? But see, when you help people, you never know who's gonna help you back later on in life. You know what I'm saying? And he turned out all right, and I'm glad about that. You know what I'm saying, Ian? I'm very glad about that.
Life came full circle.
Yeah, it came full circle, man. Full circle.
So now what's the tape for? You brought some tape with you today. You trying
man.
to tie me up?
This tape is for the grand finale.
The grand finale. Leroy Ebron.
Grand finale. Once again, we have an inmate come in. He was a Russian dude. Now, let me tell you something. Back in the day, they were sprinkled. When they come to Rikers Island, they don't stay long. Like I always say, if they a different nationality like that, they don't stay long. And when he came in the day room, what did he do? Ian, he turned the TV. You can't do that. You can't turn the TV. And I saw him come in, and I'm watching him, because, different ethnic. I try to look out for the different ethnic, because they stand out, and guys is going to want to try to tax him. And that's what happened. They tried to step to him, and I said, yo, leave him alone. He turned the TV. He can't turn the TV. Lay it for that. He got to get it. So the Russian dude was looking at me like, the one that Fort Rocky, that boxing fight?
Yeah.
He looked at something like him, And I was like, yo, leave him alone. He don't know no better. Nah, Ebron, he gonna get it. So now this is how my day gonna go. I gotta look out, make sure they don't mess with this guy. So I act like I'm walking out the day room. I'm looking on the side, watching him from the slop sink. And sure enough, skinny dude come up to him, yo, man, you got to pay. I want this from you. I want that from you. And I walked in there. I said, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you don't mess with him? He said, Ebron, he got to pay or he going to get it. And he threw up his hands like that to the dude. So when he threw up his hands like that to the Russian dude backed him and said, look, like, I ain't never saw nothing like it in my life. Like you turn a wheelbarrow. This is how he fight. He was like, come on. Everybody started laughing at him. He said, come on. And I was like, yo, I'm telling you, leave him alone. He said, nah, he tried to, you know how somebody try to act like they're going to hit you? He tried to do that to the Russian dude. He said, man, that's a, and when he did that, that Russian dude did, he jumped up and kneed him right in his chin. Bah! And hit him with a right. Boom. Knocked him out. He did a UFC move before I knew what UFC was. And he laying on the floor. I was like, and he bleeding. Now everybody, oh, he got to get it. He ain't got to get nothing. Y'all saw him. He went at him, and he got him. So I took the Russian dude, and I take him to, I said, come on, I got to get you out of here. He said, why, I'm in trouble? I'm in trouble? I said, no, you're not in trouble. He said, do I get right up? Do I get right up? No, you ain't getting written up. I got you. I put him in his cell. That dude got to go to the clinic because when he kneed him in the chin, he bit his tongue. So that's where all the blood was coming from. So I don't care about him because he was the troublemaker. We take him to the clinic. We come on back. I'm going to talk to the Russian dude. He said, I get written up. I get written up. I said, no, you're not getting written up. I said, I told you I got you, man. He started it. I was there. You good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, you good. Come on out your cell. He won't come out. No. When I'm here, you good. You can come out. He come out his cell. Now he in the day room with them again. Now I'm sitting in the day room with them looking at TV. I'm like, yo, y'all already saw what happened. They was like, yo, man, but he violated, man. He need that nigga. He jumped up in the air. I said, yo, in jail ain't no rules, nigga. Ain't no rules the way you fight in jail. My rule is as long as you ain't using no weapon, you good. So a new dude just come down. I don't know the dude. And they putting a battery in his back. Ebron let this dude, Russian dude, come down here and knock what's the name out. That's some bullshit, right? So I don't know the dude that they talking to. So I tell the dude, yo, you got nothing to do with this. Don't let these guys get you in trouble. Yo, man, but how you gonna let a Russian dude come down there and do that? I said, yo, they asked for it. He got it. He said, nah, man, it can't go down like that. I said, well, I'm telling you, you do something, you already know what's going to happen. Sure enough, I tell her what to do. I said, come here. I said, listen to me. I said, while you in the day room, you won't have to be here. You can go back to your cell. But as long as you in the day room, I want you to watch your back. Do not turn your back to none of these guys. You understand what I'm saying? He said, yeah. I said, all right, just remember what I said. And I walked, and I'm not going to leave him beyond. I already know the heat is on. The heat is on. I know. I already know it. So I go out the day room, and I stand by the slop sink. I'm waiting on the side, and I can hear him saying, oh, you going to get it, boy. You going to get it. You going to get it. And I'm coming from the corner. He said, you going to get it. You going to get it. And sure enough, I come out and said, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you leave this Russian dude alone? And like I told you, I don't know the dude. But somehow, like I tell you, right in front of me, he tried to set it off because he don't know me and I don't know him. He went like this, he gonna get it. And he went like that. And once he went like that, now you in my house, nigga. Once he went like that, what that mean, Eon, is you got a weapon. That's how I take it. And when he went like that to get his weapon, the whole day room jumped on him. Boom. And they stomped him out, Eon. When I tell you they stomped him out, didn't Ebron tell you, nah, we don't play this down here, do. We dragged him out the day room. They took him to the clinic. Hey, it's his fault he had a broken jaw. It was his fault. Now the Russian dude, he like, that for me. They did for me. Yeah, they did for you, man. They did for you. He was like, yeah. He said, I'm hungry. You hungry? I'm hungry. It was chow time. He ate his food, Eon, but it wasn't enough. He said, do you have fish? Do you have fish? I say, we have fish, but to get fish, you got to be a kosher. I said, now I could try to get you a kosher and you can get some fish. He said, I like fish. I like fish. You know, and I went and got him a kosher tray. You know those kosher trays, they ain't nothing at all. He said, what's this? I said, that's fish in there. He said, no, I mean, the fish with the eyeball. I eat the fish. Fish eyeball, everything. I said, no, we don't got that. We don't got that. This is the only fish you got. He said, okay. You know, he ate the fish, and I talked to the guy. He got locked up in Manhattan because he beat up 4 cops in a bar. He said when he drink, he get crazy. And they went to, take him out, and he beat up 4 cops. That's why he got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So when my day off come, and I came back, he was gone. You know what I'm saying? But that's just to show y'all, don't pick on people that you know what I'm saying? Just because they different from you, different color, different race, leave them alone. Stay in your lane. Don't bother nobody, man.
Wise words from Leroy Ebron.
And remember, stay out of jail, yo.
Well, Leroy, I appreciate you coming back on the show, man.
You got it, brother.
And again, everyone, make sure you guys check out Leroy's channel. He's going to be posting content regularly over there and giving the people what they want.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate your friendship, Leroy.
Yeah, you already know. I'm here.
You locked in.
I'm locked in. Ian Bick.
Ian Bick. Everyone loves that you call me Ian.
They like Leroy Ebron's house. I'll be looking for y'all.
Let's get out of here before you start giving shout outs.
No. That's for my other show.
That's for your other show. All right.